A very pleasant morning to all. Today I welcome you all on our YouTube channel Academy Ambala. I, Tripti Sharma, is going to do chapter Reach for the Top, Part 1, Santosh Yadav of your Beehive book. Now, the article is about Santosh Yadav, the first woman in the world to climb Mount Everest twice. Her story is inspiring. Despite being born in a skewed society which did not welcome the birth of a girl child, where girls were married off at 16, she made her own path, followed her desires, and achieved world fame. When this article was written, Santosh Yadav was the only woman in the world to have climbed the Mount Everest twice. She was born in such a society which was biased towards having a male child over a female child. Although they did not consider the birth of a girl child to be unfortunate, but it was not celebrated either. When Santosh was to be born, a saint, assuming that Santosh's mother wanted a son, blessed her that she would beget a son. As she already had 5 sons, Santosh's grandmother said to the saint that they did not want a son. The saint was amazed to hear this and blessed her alternatively. The blessing turned into a reality as Santosh was born. She was the youngest child, a sister to 5 brothers. Santosh was born in a village named Joniawaz in Rewari district of Haryana. Although Santosh's name means contentment, she was dissatisfied with the traditional way of life. From a young age, she started living life on her own terms. While other girls wore traditional Indian dresses like salwar kameez, she preferred wearing shorts. Santosh recollects that from childhood she was determined to live life according to what she felt was right for her. If she was right in her way, then others would have to change their way and not her. Santosh's parents owned land and were wealthy. They could even afford the money to send their children to study in schools in Delhi, which was near their village. Still, due to the prevailing customs, they decided to send Santosh to a school in the village. Santosh decided that she had to take her own path when the right time will come. At the age of 16, as most of the girls in her village were married off, she was also pressurized by her parents. For her, getting married was nowhere in the list. She wanted to get proper education before getting married. Santosh left home and got admission in a school in Delhi. Her parents refused to fund her studies, and she gently replied that she would herself fund her studies by working part-time. Upon seeing her determination, the parents softened their stand and agreed to pay for her education. Santosh wanted to be highly qualified and her father accepted her wish. But after passing high school, she joined to Maharani College at Jaipur and stayed at the Kasturba hostel. The Aravali hills were near the hostel. Often she saw villagers climbing the hills and disappearing behind it. She was curious to know what was beyond the hills, and one day she decided to find out. Santosh found a few mountaineers who allowed her to join them in their mountaineering expedition. Since then, Santosh progressed gradually to become an accomplished mountaineer. She saved money to get enrolled in a mountaineering course at the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering at Uttarkashi. As her college semester's end got delayed and she did not have time to visit home before reporting at the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, she went directly to the institute and wrote a letter of apology to her father because she had enrolled for the course without his permission. Santosh went on an expedition every year and improved her skills gradually. She developed immunity to cold weather and heights. Santosh had the qualities of physical strength, mental strength, and strong willpower. In 1992, 4 years after her first casual climb on the Ravli Hills, she climbed Mount Everest. She was 20 years of age. Santosh became the youngest woman in the world to climb the peak. Her seniors were impressed by her qualities of physical strength, mental strength, and strong willpower. Her companions on expeditions found her to be concerned for others and willing to work as a team. During the 1992 expedition to Everest, she tried to save a fellow climber but was unsuccessful. She was successful in saving another fellow climber, Mohan Singh, who fell short of oxygen by sharing her oxygen with him. Within the next year, she had joined a group of Indo-Nepalese mountaineer women. Then she climbed the peak the second time, becoming the only woman to have climbed the Everest twice. Santosh made India proud by getting her name recorded in the historic records of mountaineering. The Indian government honored her achievement by giving her the Padma Shri Award. Santosh recollects her feelings when she was literally at the top of the world. She took time to realize that she had achieved something big. She hoisted the Indian flag atop Mount Everest on the highest point of the world. She cannot put the great feelings into words. She felt proud to be an Indian. As she believes in preserving the environment, she did her bit by bringing down 500 kilograms of garbage from the Himalayas. So children, you all must have enjoyed, must have understood the story of Santosh Yadav. God bless you all.